good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. Keys open doors, man. Today I'm breaking down that Youngboy, BR, Baton Rouge. To me, it's like Boosie type vibes because I grew up in the Boosie era. I don't know about y'all young ass man. Yeah, man, we gonna get straight into it. Before we do, I'm on my way to 5K. Appreciate y'all if y'all hit the like and sub for me, and join the Patreon, hit the description. I know the vibes. For these type of beats, man, honestly, the perfect tempo for me is between like 157 to like 160 something. I got 162. I usually like to start with like a piano or organ. I exported a lot of stuff to audio, but I'm gonna show y'all the MIDI just so y'all know what time it is. So I started with this Xenology piano, then this is the melody I got. I think I'm in E minor or B minor. Yeah, B minor. And I really just tried to be kind of like bouncy and playful to start. All of the Youngboy type beats kind of have that similar, like, I think it's like the what they call like a 157 progression. Trying to do something kind of similar to that. I like to do octaves, so like I might start with just these bass notes down here and then kind of like lay the same exact note up on top, you know, fill in the spaces like I did right here. Bringing in the bass notes where it matters, like they don't always have to go. Kind of just like helping it complement everything. Got those to start. I didn't do any processing on there. I just left it plain Jane. I went into another Xenology patch, which was just like this little plug, and just layered the same sound. I added reverb on this one using the Valhalla vintage verb. Those two together so far. The next thing was the organs, which also came from Xenology. I like to do that bounce that kind of fits in between the notes. B minor chord right here and just kind of filled in every other space. And I left these unquantized too because I wanted to give it more of like a human feel. Something you can do on top of the quantization thing, something else you can do to kind of like make your melodies feel more human. Having like little filler notes like this in between that are, it's just the same chord, it's like spaced out, you know, like the two right here, the one right here, and then going into like, you know, just like shifting up one note. And having these ones drawn out a little bit going into the next pattern, all of those things kind of make it feel a little bit more real. You're not just punching in the notes, you know what I'm saying? Of course, add some wahs, man. Gotta have a wahs, right? One on the one right here. And that one kind of has like a symbol on it, which is cool. I got this other wah right here on the one, kind of has like a different feel to it. And then I got this one kind of coming in. So those kind of like a call and response. Then we have a high synth lead that's kind of like fading in. So I'll play all of these together so you kind of hear everything. Nothing too much, just kind of like a little, you know, little sizzle. Going into these strings and the pizzicatos, a lot of times with these I like to use them as like a fill, I guess, if you think about it, like a drop kind of going into the next next part. So yeah, like a string drop basically. I had two different pizzicatos, this one, and then I have these really deep strings right here. Same thing I was saying with like the bass notes on the pianos. It doesn't need to match the entire pattern. All of this is just, and then I just copied that down an octave and copied these bass notes down an octave. Adding a lot of strings kind of too is like a trick because I definitely have like 4 different ones right here. That's the other thing I didn't talk about right here was the steel drum. I just kind of use this to like fill in a little bit of texture in the back, I guess. This patch also came from Xenology. Like I said, just like a little background. It wasn't even really nothing that's supposed to be there for real, but you can hear it if you're listening for it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Going into this next part, I have another organ right here. Really kind of just copying the same chords, except for this part right here, which kind of copies the string drop in a sense. So I was trying to just keep it kind of punchy, kind of mimicking that first organ pattern, except this one, I like how these higher notes sound. This is like single notes, so I threw those in there as well. So with this organ, these two organs together. I got the boo bass, of course, copying the same bass notes from the piano. I got these deep strings right here, which is the same ones from the drop, but I just have them playing throughout the whole melody. When you have your piano done or your first melody done, that should be the foundation for where you can go from there. Like everything that I have started with this piano. I just copied it and maybe like took out notes or added notes, inverted them. You just gotta kind of use your starting point, and if you get stuck, even going back to your starting point is a good way to like get back on track. But all of these, even though it sounds complex, and I guess it is, it's like when you break it down, it's just a copy of the last thing I did, you know what I mean? And then having these sounds in between to kind of like fill it out. Copying your first idea and putting it on different sounds and having those sounds in the right place, that is the easiest way to do these. You gotta have a lot of layers on these type of loops though, I ain't gonna lie. Took out some spots right here, or took out some parts right here. Brought it back. That's pretty much it. Y'all let me know if this was helpful, man. Hit the like and sub if you like this video. Hopefully more Youngboy type loops on the way. Wink wink.